So on this little clip, I want to show you guys how to do bushes. Bushes can be done a couple of different ways. The two ways I'm going to show you here is with a napkin and with a sponge. So if you have one of these lovely sponges at home, go ahead and snip it into a little tiny square. You don't need very much. You can get these at the dollar store. It's just a sponge. And the other way is with a piece of paper towel, a napkin, scrunched up piece of newspaper. You can use anything for this. This technique is just for texture, So I will do one side over here with the sponge and one side over here with the napkin. So for these bushes, you can do any colors you want to. It can just be multiple greens. It can be a little bit of yellows. I still have a little bit of brown just from the earlier video of when we made brown together. So I'm going to use a little bit of that as well. So I'm actually going to be using 4 colors total. White, green, yellow, and brown. Little bits at a time of all of those. Let's start with this guy, with the sponge. With the sponge, I always fold it in half, because then you get a nice little curve on it. And we're going to be using this side. Little tiny bits of paint at a time. Whenever you're picking up paint, you always want to wipe it off on the side of your plate. Let's see, there we go. Good view for everybody. I am going to pick up a little bit of green, and then we are going to wipe that off. A little tiny touch of white and wipe it off. So there's not very much on that sponge. We're going to start dabbing. And when we're dabbing the bushes, we want to start at the back and work our way forward, which means we're starting way back here and we're just working our way forward. Light little dabs. Don't dab in the same spot too many times. We can pick up some different colors, so a little bit of green, wipe it off. Nice little dabs. Maybe I'll get a little touch of yellow and wipe it off. And that's going to give us different colors for our bushes. Little bits of white, wipe it off. Maybe now I'll throw some brown in there, and again, wipe it off. Yeah, it's coming along nicely. Light little dabs. But see how I'm starting at the back and working my way forward. Get a little bit over here. There we go. So I'm just using those 4 colors, very, very small amounts at a time. Just dabbing them in. And again, you don't want to dab in the same spot too many times. Otherwise, it's all going to turn the same color. Let's bring that up across our tree a little bit. There we go. That's a nice little bush. Let's take that right down to the edge of our black here. There we go. Lovely. Now for the other side, it's going to be done the exact same way, but I'm going to show you how to do it with a napkin. So any of these ways work. You can do whichever you prefer. Napkin, you're just going to scrunch that up, because we just want a little tiny bit of it. And it's going to be done the exact same way, where we pick up a little bit of paint and then wipe it off. We're going to start at the back and we're going to work our way forward, doing the exact same thing we just did. but this time just with a piece of paper towel. Still using the same colors, still using little bits at a time. Little dabs. Apologize, my hand's in the way. I'm trying to scrunch this together just so I can get into these little tiny areas. Again, just small amounts at a time. Take your time. There we go. I'm happy with that. So that's the two different techniques on how to do bushes. Oh, I forgot. There's one other little detail that I'm going to add with the bushes. Since we're doing the dabbing with the sponge and whatnot. I know my plate's a little bit of a mess. That's all right. I put a little bit of water on my plate. My water's black, so I've been cleaning paintbrushes all day. We are going to take a very, very, very small amount of black and water and wipe it off. Very, very little bits. Okay. Do that with our sponge first. Little tiny, tiny pinprick of black and some water. And then we're really going to wipe that off. Very, very faint. Let's see, I'm doing a little test action here. Yep. See how it's really faint, kind of watery? We're going to use this to accent the bottoms of our bushes. So, light little bits. So a little bit in like the water. Maybe a little shadow. Small, small, small amounts at a time. And add a few little dabs into our bushes, give us some different colors there. There we go. See, it's like a little shadow. That's what we're looking for. And that is how we dab. All right, thanks guys. We will be back with more.